Stories like this one have a lot of people holding on to hope. And for the faithful, many are praying for the men trapped in that missing sub. People all around the world have been watching, believing there's a chance still for their safe return. We want to bring in our guest, priest, best-selling author, and host of the Busted Halo show on Sirius XM, Father Dave Dwyer, live. Father Dwyer, thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Adrienne. Thanks for inviting me on.
Thoughts and prayers, that term kind of becoming critiqued and heavily politicized in recent years. Do you think people have more or less faith today for miracles?
And when you use that phrase, that's exactly what I've been thinking about for the last couple of days, and how it's become a pejorative to say thoughts and prayers, or that we are praying for you, or a lot of people critiquing that that's not nearly enough. Obviously, as you've just seen, a lot is being done in addition to praying. But I mean, I'd like to look at it from the other point of view, instead of the politicized and whether we should pray or not, what it's like for people that are being prayed for. I know what it's like. I've got listeners all over North America. And if there's something going on for me personally in my life, and I say I invite your prayers and the messages come in on social media, I know the difference that makes in me in terms of the fundamental virtue of the Christian life that you just mentioned, which is hope. And we do know that hope is very powerful. It is hard to tell what that's like for somebody when they're unaware of that. And I've had people tell me after times in the hospital, when the entire parish, or maybe the entire listening audience they're aware, has been praying for them, and how that carried them through. Because we've had no communication with those lost in the submersible, it's a little harder to tell the effect on them. And yet I know how powerful it is for the recipient when people all around the world are praying for you.
Yeah, well, and because you believe in prayer, but there are a lot of people who've never had someone say, "Can I pray for you?" I mean, there are people walking on this earth today who've never heard those words. If they don't have faith, if someone doesn't believe in God, what is a good way that term, thoughts and prayers, can be more than just a platitude?
Well, it's interesting. There's actually been studies done that are secular and scientific and not just sort of biased by any particular religion or point of view, where they've measured the effect on people that didn't know that they were being prayed for in control group studies, where people were sick with either a terminal disease. I forget the exact details of some of the studies that I've seen, but the results come back that indeed there's been a measurable positive effect for those, even people that didn't know they were being prayed for. I certainly believe in the power of what we call intercessory prayer, meaning interceding, like somebody else is praying for you. Like you said, there's a lot of people who've never had that experience or that transaction. I make it a point in my personal prayers every day, after I've kind of enumerated some things before God, to always include at the end, "and all those who have no one to pray for them." So if that's anybody on that submersible, I've certainly included them in my prayers, and I know other people do as well.
Well, we wanted to just ask you to do something you don't usually see on a newscast, whether national or local, and have you pray, because maybe there's somebody watching who's never actually experienced prayer and doesn't even understand what is prayer exactly. Can you lead us in a short prayer for those men, but also particularly their families, who I would think need the most prayer right now?
Of course. I'd be happy to. God of love, God of the universe, we entrust all to you. We believe that our very breath comes from you. We offer up to you and place into your loving arms the 5 people that are missing in that submersible, and in particular, all of their loved ones who are missing them, all of their loved ones who will be heartbroken if they are not found. We know that you are the God of life even from death. So we entrust the situation to you and ask you to please embrace and call into your love and into your heart all those who are mourning the loss of loved ones, all those who are missing those who they've not seen in a long time. And we ask this through the power of your Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much. Father Dave Dwyer, again, pulling back the curtain a bit for those who may not even understand what prayer is, and that it's more than just words, but it's demonstration. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.